Y este que ven es el tifón Fong-Won, tomando tierra al este de China. Más de 250.000 personas han tenido que abandonar sus hogares para protegerse de lluvias torrenciales y vientos de 28 metros por segundo.
Un tifón de categoría 1 azota Tokio, alterando la rutina de miles de personas. Las conexiones por tren y avión han tenido que ser canceladas. Un militar estadounidense ha muerto al caer al mar en Okinawa.
En al menos 60 localidades ha sido decretado el estado de desastre natural en una franja que ocupa el sector suroriental del país hasta la ciudad mediterránea de Montpellier, donde también se han sufrido graves daños.
Rescue workers have returned to a Japanese volcano to recover bodies after an eruption over the weekend killed dozens of people. Over 1,000 soldiers, police and firemen managed to bring down more than 20 bodies by helicopter before the effort was suspended because of toxic gases.
Y en Perú, los equipos de rescate buscan supervivientes entre los escombros que ha dejado el terremoto de magnitud 5,1 que sacudió este sábado el sur del país. Hay al menos 8 muertos y más de 500 personas sin hogar.
No hay una sola muestra de agua que hayan sacado en todo el planeta que no esté contaminada por la acción del hombre.
Les ha sorprendido más que las cantidades, el hecho de encontrarlo en todos los mares, prácticamente a todas las profundidades.
Es una de las conclusiones preliminares de la expedición Malaspina, que ha surcado todos los océanos para conformar un mural del estado del mar en el siglo XXI.
very heavy chemtrails being laid over Northern California and Southern Oregon. And we see there's no aerosols over California yet, but there's a bunch being laid out in the Pacific. And this is a standard procedure for them. They want to lay the heavy trails out over the ocean where nobody can see it, and then they're smeared out by the time they reach the land. Okay, now we go back to about noon. Very heavy, lots of spraying. They're even spraying over the land, which is unusual. What also is unusual is these satellite images are not photoshopped today for some reason. Jump ahead a few hours. So what do? How do aerosols kill thunderstorms? You lay them heavy on top of the storm system, and that creates a hot air layer aloft, a capping inversion, which stops the convection of the storm. So that by the time these storms wrap around and reach the coast, maybe 8 a.m. in the morning, these storms will not have any rain in them. That's what this is all about, to prevent any thunderstorms from building up in this band here.
It looks like those that schedule the weather are already trying to condition the population for another all-out engineered winter over parts of the U.S. This is going to mean a lot of chemically nucleated snowstorms. It's important people look this up, become familiar with this process, because it is a main tool used by the geoengineers right now. These are dead cows laying in the mud, and this is really one of many astounding pictures. The snow did not last long. The temperatures immediately rebounded up to the 60s. People have to ask, again, how is this possible? How could these cows have died? Because they're in an extremely heavy snow. Because the temperatures are far too warm, the air carries too much moisture. It's a chemically nucleated snow, so it's going through an endothermic reaction against the hide of the cattle. So that endothermic reaction can create extremely cold temperatures where you're actually touching this material. We see plants and trees flash burn from the same material, killed the cows in this case. Again, lots and lots of pictures of these dead cows all over the internet. This is truly saddening, and this is where geoengineering is such an incredible weapon when nobody has a clue this has happened. Chinese scientists create second artificial snowstorm in Beijing. This has been covered by mainstream media. We're not talking about a fringe subject here. And this winter, it looks like they will use this tool a lot over the continental US. So it's important people understand what it is all about. This is a process that has been around for some time. In fact, the earliest ice nucleating patents we found go back to 1950. Now, what happens when this chemical nucleating material falls on lakes in large quantities? Weird ice boulders wash up on Lake Michigan. You would think that the public would start to question this, you would think. But it seems anymore, so long as a quote-unquote expert paid by the power structure says it's okay or normal, or that they figured out what happened and nothing to worry about, the public just goes back to sleep. So here you have 75-pound ice boulders all over the lake. This is from this chemical nucleating material that builds up and starts to make a spherical shape as these waters, as the wind blows and rolls this material over and over. Now, as you have this nucleating material in the Great Lakes, as you see in this headline and this picture, we had ice on the shores of the Great Lakes while we had 85-degree temperatures at the same time. Now, how is this possible? This nucleated material hangs around for a long time. This is a NOAA map. This gives a very clear picture of what we saw all year in the continental US. The West was frying while the East was engineered to the cool side. Unnatural maps completely. In fact, January of this year, Alaska, the warmest on record. Didn't hear media talking about that. Again, media's job right now, confuse the public, help to sell geoengineering by making it seem the planet's cool. This is what the geoengineers and big oil want. And a lot of people are taking the bait, unfortunately.